Hello, I'm Blessing and I'm a co-founder and part of technical staff here at Strettch Cloud. Today, I'm going to show you how to deploy any application on Strettch Cloud. For this video, we're going to take a use case of a business owner, a local business owner in Rwanda, who has a shop in Kigali Heights, but they want to have an online presence because their customers have been complaining, saying that they want to be able to order things online. So the business has reached out to me and now they want me to create the e-commerce application and then deploy it for them. And for this case, we want, because the store is going to be mainly used by local people here in Kigali, we want the website to be deployed close to the users, because we want it to be fast, to be accessible very fast, with no delays when they're trying to order, to reduce customer frustration. So now I have the application on my local machine. I've implemented everything. It's working. You can add product to cart and even place an order. But now the challenge is, how do I deploy this application? So I came across Strettch Cloud, and now that's where I'm going to deploy my application. We are going to do this in two different steps. The first one is creating a virtual machine, and now the second step is to deploy that application on the virtual machine. I've illustrated that on a diagram to make it easy to understand. So here are the users who are going to access the website, and the users are going to go in the browser and then type in stretch-shop.clarence.me, and then when they request for this resource is pointing to my virtual machine, which is the virtual machine that I'm going to create, and this is where my application will be. This is where my application will be hosted, and it's going to be accessed via this domain. So let's get started. The first step, I have to log in to Strettch Cloud. I'm going to log in because I already have an account, but if you don't, you can sign up from this page too. It's also possible. You can sign up with GitHub and Google, but for me, I've already created an account with Google, so I'm going to sign in again with my account. I'm going to continue this email. Okay, so now after signing in, I'm taken to this beautiful looking interface, and the first page is my computes. What is a compute? A compute is basically a product offered by Strettch Cloud, which consists of a virtual machine and its underlying features, including virtual machine metrics, virtual machine management, and other things that can be done on a virtual machine. So for now, I have only one compute so far, but we're going to create another one in the next few minutes. But I also have another page of domains, which shows me all the domains configured. I have 2 domains so far, and all the resources, by resources I mean computes and domains, they are all encapsulated or grouped within a team. Every resource on Strettch Cloud is grouped in a team. So I have 2 teams currently. I'm part of the default team, and if I switch to default team, you'll notice that it doesn't have any computes yet, and it doesn't even have any domains yet. So in this for this specific case, I'm going to deploy the application within the engineering team. Because this is where I'm going to create the virtual machine, the compute. So I also have another page to view my team settings. I can see the engineering team. I can also see my team's billing. Billing is basically, here we show the usage breakdown for the last 30 days. And now invoices. I don't have any invoice now because I don't have any virtual machine that has been running for 1 month. And I also have the members page where I can view the members of all the members of my team and their roles in the team. I can also view members who haven't already joined the team, Like if I invite someone and then they haven't joined yet, I can view and I can see them here. I can also remove a team member if I don't want them to collaborate anymore. I can also edit their role. Yes. And now next we also have this account settings page, which is where I view the general settings of myself and also view the teams that I'm part of, like default engineering team. I can also see any pending invitation, just in case I'm invited to a team and I haven't joined or I haven't accepted or declined to the invite. It still shows as pending. It's time to get our hands dirty and create our first compute. I'm going to create a new compute and location. I'm going to choose Kigali. The reason why I'm choosing Kigali is because my software is going to be used by customers residing in Kigali, so I want it to be closer to them. In the future, we're also planning to even add more cities like Nairobi, Kampala, Lagos, Cape Town, Joburg, to make sure that it even scale across the whole Africa to allow African business to be close to the users and reduce latency. Because the closer you are to the users, the better. Because now if you are closer to the users, the latency is small, meaning that you experience a very short delay between requesting a resource or using an application. So now I'm going to choose Kigali, and for the operating system I'm going to go with Ubuntu 24. And for the compute configuration, you have different specifications. The reason why I have different specifications is to allow business and customers in general to optimize their costs, because certain applications require different specifications. For instance, my e-commerce application is not going to require the same specifications as idembo.gov application, for example, because my application, it has very few users, it doesn't need much resources. So I'm going to go with this one of 1 CPU and 2 GB RAM and 40 GB storage. And next, I'm going to assign my compute with a public IP address to make sure that it's accessible on the internet. And after, I'm going to put my password, and then I'm going to call my compute. I'm going to call it Strettch Shop. And then the tags are basic nicknames I can give to your computer to make it memorable. Like any name that you can easily remember is what you put in tags. For instance, I'm going to call it shop and call it add frontend too. Now it's time to create my compute. Everything's filled in correctly. So create new compute. I'm going to wait for my compute to start. Let's just give it a few seconds. And as I wait for that, we can go and now configure our subdomain. As shown on the diagram earlier, we want our shop to be accessed via this domain. So I'm going to configure it here. So I already have the clarence.me domain registered. What I'm going to do is to create a subdomain. I'm going to remove the existing. Okay, so I'm going to add a new record. I want it to be strettch-shop.clarence.me, and it's going as shown on the diagram here. This domain is going to point to the Strettch-shop virtual machine, which is what I'm going to do here. And then add record, and now the domain was added successfully. And if you try to visit now, because you haven't configured anything yet, it's not accessible, but you're going to configure this in a few minutes. Okay, so now our virtual machine, our compute is running. We have the metrics as I mentioned earlier, but we don't have any metrics for now. But we're going to see them once we start interacting with our compute. Now we can power off and power on our compute. You can see the history of the events taken on my compute. This is the create action that I did. So these are basically creating my compute. It was running for 13 seconds. And I did this action 2 minutes ago. You can manage tags of a specific compute and even destroy your compute. But I'm not going to do that because we're going to need this for our website. And we can access its console. Okay, it's going to take 5 minutes for it to be ready to be accessible. So once 5 minutes are over, we're going to access its console and then do the configurations that we need to do for our website to be live and accessible. I'm going to wait I'm going to wait for 5 minutes in the background and wait until our console is enabled. Okay, so now I'm back and the compute has started. 6 minutes now. So let's go and see if we can access its console. Okay, so now we're in, and here I'm going to do some configurations to make sure that our website is ready to be accessed. I'm going to do this in the background, and we'll come back in a few. Okay, so now I'm back and I'm done with doing all the configurations, and it's now the moment of truth. So previously this was not accessible, but I'm expecting, if I refresh the page, I'm expecting it to display our deployed e-commerce. If I refresh, okay, nice. Now we have our e-commerce website live and accessible to the users, as this is the same application that I had running locally, and now I have it on my domain hosted. This is just the simplest thing that you can do with the compute on Strettch Cloud, but there are a lot of more other powerful things that can be done with our computes. I'm excited to see what people are going to build with Strettch Cloud. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.